Hello, and welcome to episode 38 of Sunday's Perfect Podcast. I'm Angie, also known as Sundaisy920, and this is Luke. Right here, you can see a little bit of me. Not cooperate, little stuff on the keyboard. There's Luke. Isn't he cute? No, woman, what are you doing to me? My buddy. Anyway, welcome. It's all returning viewers and new viewers. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Today we have a cat in the way. Today we have a little scratch and post news, a couple things on my claws, something off my claws, and we got a few purrs and then the sun patch. So let's get started. To scratch and post. As a reminder that April, May, we're having the yarn along, and it's my 4 favorite different yarns, and that's No Makers, big surprise, I know, the Cyborgs Craft Room, Knit Picks, and Hobby Lobby's I Love This. They have I Love This yarn, I love this cotton, I love this chunky, and I love this wool. I think that's all, but anyhow, I love this. So all you gotta do is knit something, crochet something, and I know No Makers has fiber, so if you happen to have some of her fiber, spin something, and that's all to participate. And there is going to be yarn for the prize, but I haven't exactly figured out. It'll probably, as you can guess, probably something from one of those 4 or a little of something. So I'm working it out. So anyway, and so I guess that's it for the scratch and post. So on my claws, you can see the vacuum cleaner. I really have only been working on my shawl for the most part. I have worked on my blanket a little, I think about once this week, but really I'm like really close to finishing it, so I've kind of been chugging along. I just want to show. This is in my small Fat Squirrel Speaks bag, and I have, it's full, you see, but it has this shawl stuffed into it with the skin, another ball of yarn. So this is the second ball of yarn, and this is the Lori shawl. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And I can't stretch it out too much, but from where that Dicky Dee, that bright pink Dicky, that's how much I've gotten done. And I had when knitting attacks, but I think it really wasn't the knitting, nothing about the pattern or anything. It was me. I took it to work with me, and I thought Monday, I took it to work with me Monday, and I thought, well, if I have time, during the day, if I'm not doing this, then I can, work on it a little bit. And I had to answer the phones, and so I had time to work on it, so I got 2 rows done at work. So I'm like, oh, I made progress, and then I get home, and I'm working on it, and I'm on the 3rd row of that day, and that's when because I have a Knit Companion on my iPad, and that's what I use to, Well, when I pulled up the pattern, I realized that where I had started from this morning was the wrong spot. I had thought I had finished 4 repeats. I was in the middle of a repeat. So I had to rip it back about 2 rows and redo it. I thought about just keep going, but I don't know. Then I'll be, because the cable would have been off. So. But I plugged along, redid it. So if I hadn't have done that, I could have been even further along. But whatever. And I'm using, this is Dream in Color, I think it's Squishy Smooshy, something like that. And I'm using my highest sharps. I think they're size 5. And yeah, so hopefully I'm on the transition repeat. So I can do that once, and I'm in the middle of that, and then once I finish that, I can start the border. So maybe, I don't know if I'd have it done next week, but maybe I'll have it almost finished. Because it's like 300 and something stitches, so quite a bit. And then the only other thing, I didn't get far with it, but I started another Bonnie Wee Mouse by Susan Claudino, and I'm using fingering weight, and I just have one leg done, so that's all I've got. I'm using my Knit Pick size 0s, and this is the Sideboard Craft Room. I think this is timeless, I think, but I'm not sure. It was like she has like a little mini skein, which her mini skeins are really big, bundle that I won, and it had like, I know it's blameless, soulless. I think this is timeless. I forget what the others are, but yeah. Anyhow, so yeah, that's all I've got really worked on this week. And so off my cloth is a finished Bonnie Wee Mouse. So this is made out of Snowmakers, Robots Like Rainbows, and I really like the tail. And I did mess up on it. That's why the head kind of, I don't know if you can tell, but it looks a little, I don't think you can really tell, but the arms aren't placed in the exact spot because I messed up. And I'm not sure I did, I think I might have messed something up on the face too. And again, that's my fault. I was watching a French, The Return, I don't know if you know. It's a French show. My husband was watching it, and I started watching it, but it's in French, so you're having to read it, the subtitle. And yeah, that's not a very good idea when you're trying to knit something where you have to increase and decrease. Because on the part where the arms are, I've had an extra stitch, so it placed them a little funky. But other than that, my human error, I really like the way she turned out. And my embroidery, I'm not real. The nose, I'm not good at embroidery, but other than that, she's really cute. Hello, people. It's a really fun pattern. The Bonnie Wee Mouse, or is it Wee Bonnie Mouse? I think it's Wee Bonnie Mouse. Whatever. It's by Susan Claudino, and it's a really fun pattern. And as you can see, I'm knitting another one, so yep. And I guess that's all for knitting and furs. Don't have a lot, but I have a couple things. Every Tuesday, me and my mom always go out to eat, and sometimes we run around, go maybe window shopping mostly, but sometimes we go shopping. But so on Tuesday when we were out, I asked her if she would keep an eye out for one of those cute $5 off coupons at Bed Bath & Beyond, because I wanted to get another Tervis. And she's like, well, I stumbled across one the other day. I got it with me. So I got me another one. It's kind of glaring, but it has like little, there you go. See that little like chickies. It kind of reminds me of like Easter, like little Easter chicks or something. So, and it's 24 ounces, and yeah, got it for $15. So now I have two. So when I like to make tea and take it with me to work, so that way I can kind of rotate them out. And we also, when we were out and about, stopped by Michael's, and I was looking around, and they had some yarn on sale. So I got, it was like $2.50 or so, something like that. And it is, I got it for my blanket. I know, my worsted blanket, and I've never heard of it. It's called Loops and Threads Impeccable, I guess. And the color's not showing exactly right, but you're getting the gist of it. It's like a pink and brown and like a creamy color. I really like this colorway. It's very pretty. And then I got this one. I mean, I like it. It's like blue and kind of purple. But I really got it because it had a pattern for this wavy Afghan, and I'd like to try to knit one of those, or crochet one of those, maybe after I finish my scrappy blanket, but it's not really my scrappy crochet blanket anymore because I've been buying yarn purposely for it. But that's all. Well, yeah, purchases. And then, I saw Thor finally, the Dark World. I think it's it. It was really good, so if you like that kind of stuff. And we also saw Gravity. I didn't care for Gravity. My husband, he kind of, I don't know if he'd say he liked it, but he found it interesting. I found it boring. And just, so. But we're all different, so you may like it. I don't know. I did not. And I'm listening to The Dancing Master by Julie Klassen. Yeah. And it is really, really, really good. She's one of my favorite authors, and I was really excited to see that this was on Audibles because I haven't read it. So I think I've read almost all of her books. So I'm not listening to Water for Elephants anymore. I decided it just wasn't for me. So did not. I honestly preferred the movie more than the book, but that's just me again. So I guess that's all for her. So we'll go to the Sun Patch, and not a lot's been going on. The only thing really mentioned is my old cat. He'll be 15 in a week or so. And, yeah, I don't know. He has his good days and he has his bad days, and I don't know, I'm kind of scared that it won't be long and I'll have to make a decision. I hate that. But, so if anybody's prays, I appreciate some prayers, because it's tough. But, like I said, I mean, he has good days and bad days, so just take it one day at a time. But that's about it. Nothing really. It's kind of been a normal week. So, anyway, I know this is like a super short episode, even for me. But, what can I say? So, anyway, thank you for joining me and watching. And I hope you all have a fantastic week. And I hope no knitting attacks anybody, because I know it's been going around. So hope all the knitting behaves, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.